The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at dallasgenealogy.org. Well, as an expectant hush falls over the room, it's 11 o'clock. It is time to go. So welcome to the Dallas Genealogical Society, coming to you from the J.R. Johnson Dallas Public Library. Glad to have you here in person. Glad to have you here online for this historic meeting, because it falls on May the 4th be with you. That's my attempt at humor. What we're going to do today is we're going to have a brief business meeting. We'll conduct some business we need to do. We'll have our presentation then, and that will be followed by our awards presentation. So that's generally what we're kind of up to here. The minutes from the previous meeting were sent out. You should have received some email on those, I think, on May 1st, and you can always see them online as well by going to our events and selecting next general meeting and meeting minutes, as well as recordings from previous meetings. So if you didn't catch the presentation last month by Barbara Coakley, you've got one more day. She's generously let that be up there for a month, as well as any of the recordings we have from any of our previous speakers that have allowed us to have it. So peruse that. I encourage you to do that. Speaking minutes, are there any updates, corrections, or changes to the minutes from last month's meeting? Okay, hearing none, those will stand as posted. Our treasurer, Susan Rainwater, has provided our DGS financial summary, and we're in pretty good shape. We've got about almost $19,000 in checking, just under $55,000 in savings, and $100,000 sitting in an investment account. Nice little CDs time. Good time to be in CDs for us. So great for us. So we're in good shape. Again, we're just kind of looking for a right opportunity to find the right investment to spend this money with on the library. That's our primary goal with it. And so as we find projects, we'll spend some money, but right now we're just kind of building the pool back up again. So that's why it's up there just a bit. For any of you who are as brain dead as I am and forgot that today is the last day you can vote for Proposition D, as well as the other alphabet soup, I'll remind you that there is voting downstairs right in the library lobby here. So those of us that forgot can stop off there. The rest of you in the Dallas area, again, there's about, I think, 13 or 14 different propositions on the ballot, and I encourage you to get out there and exercise your right to vote and express your opinion. We are going to be holding a workshop on June 8th. This is our you have your Ancestry.com DNA results now what event. So if you've tested with Ancestry DNA and have your results, are not quite sure how to interpret them, this is going to be a day for you. This is going to be the day where we're going to show kind of the basics about DNA, help you understand what the testing is all about and some of the terminology that's involved with it. And then we'll spend an awful lot of time walking through all of the bells and whistles and features of Ancestry.com. We'll have an opportunity then for you to kind of play with your own results and do some of the things that we've taught you and close up with some kind of advanced topics there. So I encourage you, if you're interested, price is right. It's $15 for members right now, $20 for non-members, $15 if you want to have lunch, and $10 of that by the early registration ends May 19th. So you can still take advantage of those low prices. And $10 of that will go towards our fall seminar with Blaine Bettinger. Part of the reason we're wanting to do this is Blaine's going to be talking about some things. We want to make sure that if you're just kind of getting started with DNA, that you've got your feet on the ground, you understand your own results, and can take full advantage of what he's going to have to offer you. So kind of a win-win there. You can get up to speed on your stuff and save some money on the fall conference as well. But don't forget our summer conference. We've got Nika Sewell-Smith here. She's going to be talking about finding formerly enslaved and indigenous relatives. And so that will be on July 27th. She will be right here, actually downstairs on the first floor at a time, but she will be here in person doing that presentation. And as I mentioned, Blaine will be here in September. And again, he will be here live in person and telling us all about his wonderful DNA knowledge. There's information about that on our website, back again under my favorite tab, the events tab. Let's go there, click on seminars, and you'll see information about all of the seminars and with registration and additional information. We have a number of special interest groups that are meeting in the month of May. So on the 11th, the German group will be meeting. The 16th is the Jewish group. The 16th also in the afternoon is the DNA group. On the 18th, the African American group. And on the 26th, the best practices group. So I encourage you to take advantage of those groups of people and learn what they have to offer you. Open to anybody. You don't need to be a member. Just come on down, check out the calendar. Again, under events and special interest groups, you get more information about the meeting times and dates, because those do change a bit. We kind of announced this in our newsletter, but I want to put a little more emphasis on it. We are launching a cemetery indexing project. So hopefully you all are aware that we have a very large cemetery database. We've got more than 41,000 records of burials in and around the city of Dallas. Not the big commercial burial, but a lot of the smaller historical stuff, information that has been painstakingly gathered and recorded in the database by a large group of people. If you go to any one of those records and zoom in on the information that we have, this is what you used to see. What you will now see, for one thing, is a little link on the bottom that is a directed link over to Family Search. So if you click on that, that will take you right over to the Family Search site. If you don't have an account, that is free. They won't bother you. But we've also pre-populated the names and the dates and the locations. So you're going to immediately arrive with useful information to you. So that's available for all of the records in the cemetery database. That's not the indexing part. That's coming up. This is the indexing part. What we want to do is to add some links to other related sites. So for every site in this database, we want to add a link to the to the Find a Grave site, the Billion Grave site, and a location or to the death certificate also on Family Search. And so this is where we need your help. We need you to volunteer, take part in this program, go look this information up and paste it in the program for us so that when somebody comes to this database, lands on this page, they can just click on the link and they'll go right to the particular, Find a Grave or the Billion Grave or the death certificate information right from that page. In addition, for Oakland Cemetery, there's some additional information that has become available on Family Search, and these are some of the records created by Oakland Cemetery. And so they have something known as a registry sheet, an internment card, and a lot owner card. And those have been digitized, most of them. That's another story, but we are working on some of the newer ones. But a ton of them from the older burials are available on Family Search. And again, we would like to go through, find the appropriate page, and link it into our database so that, again, when somebody lands on an Oakland page, they can just click on the appropriate link and see, there's the register sheet or the internment card or the lot owner card for that burial. So we have 41,000 records. We need a lot of help. So please do. We've written a pretty cool program. We've made it as easy, I think, as we possibly can. We've also provided a lot of instructions, kind of background information about what we're doing and why we're doing it and how you can become part of it. Again, if you go to the events tab, get involved, there's a 2024 cemetery indexing project, and that will take you to a page. So we've recorded several videos, again, a little more background information, explaining more about the program and the steps that you need to take. I have to give you a user ID and a password to allow you to actually do the indexing, and that's all explained in the videos. That's also where we're going to post frequently asked questions, tips and tricks and things as we kind of go along. We keep getting smarter about it, but that's kind of your one-stop shopping for all of the things related to the project. So again, we got 41,000 records, lots of opportunities. I look forward to seeing you in September and hearing all the great stories about what you did this summer, because no excuses now. Okay, down to the business part of the meeting. So, Melissa, if you would go ahead and launch our poll, we need to find out if we have a quorum of people here. Can I see a show of hands here? How many of us are members here in the library? Keep them up. Okay, we're in pretty good shape. So we've got 17 here. We need to have 21. I'm certain we're going to have that many. But we'll give those of you on Zoom a chance to weigh in. So those of you here at the auditorium, you can't see, we're running a real quick Zoom poll. And as soon as we get 4 people that say yes, we get on with their business. All right, so here's a riddle for you. Who is more confused than a Texas driver at a 4-way flashing red light? Nobody. I ran into that this morning and it was just chaos. I mean, everybody knows. I have the right of way. It was just, anyway. How are we doing on the poll? Do we have at least 4 people that said yes? Okay, you can just go ahead. That's all we need to confirm. So you can go ahead and close that out so we can go on about the business. Oh, yes. Okay, we have quite a few. Good. All right. Thank you for those in Zoom. All right. So the selection is for 3 positions. And so what we're going to do with that, let's get rid of this. Those 3 officers will appoint the rest of the executive committee. The executive committee will appoint the rest of the directors, and we'll all come back in next fall as a new board. That's the way that it works. Okay, and we have 21 members present. And so this is a slate of officers. So president is Tony Hansen. That's me. Vice president is Sharon Bowles returning. And for secretary, Terry Turner is returning as well. So I need to have first of all, a motion to close the nominations. Okay. Gene Larson moved. Can I have second? Okay. Our speaker has seconded. Cool. All right, so then I just all in favor of this slate of officers, please indicate by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. Thank you, I think. Our next general meeting is going to be in September. And again, I want to hear fabulous indexing stories from all of you. Otherwise, we won't let you in. So we get to the fun part of the meeting. This is our presentation. And Barry Kaplan Schweitzer is our executive director from the Dallas Jewish Historical Society. She's a nationally renowned Jewish educator honored by the Jewish Education Service of North America and by the former National Association of Temple Educators, NATE. Okay. She received her certificate of Jewish education from the, pronounce that for me. Spertus, okay. Spertus Institute for Jewish Learning and Leadership, and studied at the Pardes Institute for Jewish Studies in Jerusalem as a Senior Education Leadership Fellow. So with that, I give you Barry and look forward to hearing what you've got to say. It's still there. Okay. We are to the last part of our meeting, which is our annual awards. And so I'd like to first of all thank the awards committee. I was part of that, but Terry Turner, Paula Perkins, and Betty Case were great to work with. And we think I've come up with a really wonderful slate of awards to present this year. So without further ado, let's kind of get into that. We'll be doing a President's Special Award, our Heritage Preservation Award of Merit, Volunteer of the Year, and the Laura DeWitt Boxtuck Distinguished Service Award. So without further ado, let's get into that. You know, as president, I don't get too many perks. I don't get a limo, don't get drivers, but I do get to occasionally reach out and recognize exceptional contributions. And that's what I'd like to do with this. I'd like to reach out for this, a special award for Barbara Coakley. Barbara began the year as our volunteer coordinator. When our seminar administration position became vacant, she immediately realized it's not a position that we can let go. And she jumped right in there and volunteered to take that over. And with all the responsibilities that came with it, she kind of assumed a position that was a little bit vaguely defined and somewhat new. We had changed structure, so it was a real challenge for her. She worked seamlessly with Sharon Bowles, our vice president, in the planning and implementation of our seminars. If you attended either of the two most recent seminars, you know how well those things went, and they did a superb job running it. Worked with Betty here on making sure that our hospitality stuff is flowing smoothly. It's just been wonderful. She's a great voice on the board, somebody who we really respect and admire whenever she speaks up in the meeting. So it's my pleasure to be able to present a special award to her, who's fortunately not here with us today. But Barbara, wherever you are, thank you for all that you've done for us. Next up is our Heritage Preservation Award. It's presented annually to an individual or a group or an organization in recognition of contributions to preserve, conserve, house, or collect family history. Past recipients in this category cover many varying types of genealogical and historical preservation endeavors. This year's recipient is the Text GenWeb Project. Text GenWeb Project is part of the U.S. GenWeb Project and is the largest state project with 254 counties. For over 25 years, a total volunteer project, county coordinators have collected and preserved resources ranging from transcriptions of various cemetery, church, and court records, including historical photos, military, vital records, county histories, and much more. They continue to seek historical records to transcribe and preserve, making records freely available to both genealogical and historical researchers. Congratulations to Gina Heffernan, who's the state coordinator for the Text GenWeb Project, and all of the many volunteers for their outstanding contribution to heritage preservation. And here today to accept the award is Paula Perkins, who is one of the many volunteers for that project. So Paula, come on up.
I want to thank the Dallas Genealogical Society. Gina Heffernan could not be with us in person, but I believe she's joined us online, and some of our state coordinators who actually live outside of Texas are joining us. And we are beyond honored because we've been doing this for over 25 years, close to 26 years. And there's some of us that have been here since the day one when we started. And so thank y'all very much. We're very honored. Thank you, Tony.
Next up is the Award of Merit, presented annually to a DGS member who has consistently contributed time, talent, expertise, and abilities to the society over a period of years. This member's dedication and hard work in the name of the society usually goes way above the norm. Their contributions stand out. This year's recipient of the award is Todd Dieter. Todd has been an exceptionally active volunteer since 2015, the year he took over the demanding role of webmaster. Undetermined by the challenges, he continued to serve the society in the position of president from 2017 to 2019. He seamlessly transitioned into the office of immediate past president, the office he holds today, along with his webmaster position. Todd's unwavering dedication to the society and his multifaceted contributions are evident. He played a pivotal role in the endeavors of the branding committee and significantly influenced the success of the society's webpage, particularly through its recent redesign, which led to yet another first place award from the Texas State Society. Furthermore, Todd has been instrumental in ensuring the success of our hybrid general meetings and seminars. Additionally, his volunteer efforts have garnered donations exceeding $29,000 from the Microsoft Benevity Volunteer Program. They reimburse you, I think, about 25 cents per hour. So you can tell him a bit more than that, but you can tell he's put an awful lot of time in. It's a great thing. An invaluable asset to the DGS, both in front of and behind the microphone. And we take great pride in presenting Todd with the 2024 Society Award of Merit. Todd is not here today. He's also a very active and proud father, and he's out in Arizona attending his daughter's college graduation. But somebody page him or send him a text and tell him he won this, okay? The Volunteer of the Year Award is presented to a member who has generously volunteered time, expertise, talents, and abilities to the society during the previous year to the extent to make that member stand out and draw attention. And that certainly describes this year's recipient, Sharon Bowles. Sharon served as our secretary from 2016 and 2017, our director of marketing from 2018 through 2022. She won our 2022 DGS writing contest and is our current vice president. It's in that role that her efforts have been the most notable as she and Barbara Coakley took over the planning and implementation of our seminars following several unexpected resignations. If you attended again either of our two seminars, you know how well these events are managed. Sharon has recently also picked up the lion's share of our marketing effort, has staffed our tables at recent events like this, and is always willing to step in and do whatever needs to be done. And here's the best part. She always catches my stupid mistakes like I just did, reminds me of things I should have remembered, and brings a level of professionalism to everything she does. Unfortunately, she doesn't bring a level of professionalism to walking her dog because she's not here because she fell this morning and broke her arm. So Sharon, thank you ever so much. We're sorry you can't be here with us, but congratulations. Our final presentation is the Lloyd DeWitt Box Truck Distinguished Service Award, which is presented to an individual for outstanding contributions to the genealogical community on a national level. And I've asked Kelvin Myers, who received this award in 2018, to make this presentation for us. So Kelvin, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. Take it.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here this morning to present this award to a gentleman that I've known since probably 2000, 2002. I think we met at the FGS conference in Little Rock. And this gentleman is well deserving of this award. He has served as an APG, an Association of Professional Genealogists board member, and the secretary from 2010 to 2011. He is the admin for the mailing list for APG. In 1996, he founded and continues to run a mailing list for genealogical librarians. He is an admin in the Facebook group, the Genetic Genealogy Tips and Techniques. He is the co-founder and admin for the Facebook group, the Genealogy Squad, which if you're not a part of, you need to be. He is also, along with his other half, they run the Genealogy Guys podcast, and he is the author of 4 books. And I am very proud to present to Drew Smith the Lloyd DeWitt Box Truck Award.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Tony. And it is an honor to receive this particular award. Very quickly, although I got serious about genealogy in 1992, I learned the importance of genealogy societies very quickly and joined my local one, started going to the state conferences in Florida. I'm in Tampa, and started going to national conferences in 1996 and had my first opportunity to speak at a national conference at a certain place you may have heard of. This was the first time I had to speak at a librarian's luncheon. Here's my documentation. Genealogists appreciate documentation, that I was there. And this is also when I had the opportunity to hear Lloyd. And one quick story about that. Lloyd was doing several presentations, including the banquet. And I went in with a bunch of people, and we were not the first ones in the room. So we didn't get the tables that were close to the stage. We were a little disappointed we would be so far away. And then Lloyd comes out, and it turns out there was a little stage right where my table was that he came out at. So I got to see him up close and personal, and it was a great experience. And Lloyd was very inspiring. So all I can say is that you may not know how much inspiration you give to particularly newer genealogists. I'd only been a genealogist for a little over 5 years by that time. And it's important. And I want to, again, Lloyd was an inspiration to me as a speaker, and people like Kelvin, of course, who I've known, as he said, many, many years now. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This means a great deal to me.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, and well deserved. Let me recover my screen again. Along with the award, we also have a $250 donation, and Drew has asked that this donation go to the International African American Museum, their Center for the Family History, and we'll be happy to cut a check for that. So Drew, congratulations again. Congratulations to all of our award recipients for all that you've done for us. Thank you all for being here. This ends the meeting. I do want to thank our tech team, Melissa and Kim and Linda Harrison, for our help, Betty and Kathleen for the hospitality, the fabulous people here at the library, and all of you for being here online and being here in person. And we'll see you next September. Thank you very much. This has been a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your fees have been supporting these and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, please consider joining now. Go to dallasgenealogy.org and click on the membership tab.